Okay. Hello. Okay, so it's actually recording right now.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh, so, I thought it was just. Okay. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to the Hot Flash Chronicles. I'm your host, Amelia Lady B. I am so happy that you decided to come back. For those of you who it's your first time, welcome. Don't forget to subscribe and click the notification bell to know when I post a new video. So today's topic is very special. I have my very special bestie with me today. And we're here today to talk about how my friend supports me through my journey with surgical menopause.
So we gotta do the OG thing.
What's the OG?
You're Gail. No, you're Oprah and I'm Gail.
What does that mean?
Meaning, we just have to...
But they're in chairs.
So what? We're just taking OG to the new level, next level.
That's right.
Pleather.
Okay.
Anyways, so you wanted to ask me a few questions.
Yes, I did.
And
so Melina and I, this is my friend Melina.
Hi.
I was gonna say hi, Melina.
I know. Say hi.
Okay, so we met in 2016, was it?
Yeah.
Was it
2016? Actually, we met in November, but we became best friends in December. How about that? In 1 month.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how it works.
So we met at work. Now, this is very weird because a lot of people don't really meet friends, or they think like they don't want to, I guess, connect with people.
Oh yeah.
When they're at work,
they
kind of keep their work life and their personal lives separate.
Yeah.
Which is understandable, but sometimes you kind of miss out on really good relationships if you don't open up to people. But
yeah, that's true. Or and I understand the boundaries, but you just never know how God works sometimes. And the way it worked for us, it just one day on Friday, I think it was, or Thursday, we were talking and we just clicked. I mean, it just happened.
Yep.
And then from that day, we've kind of been inseparable. Sort of, kind of.
Yeah.
Okay.
Pretty much.
So yeah, we're just gonna go with that. Okay.
Okay. So my first question is, what were your thoughts when I told you about my story with endometriosis and then being in surgical menopause?
What were my thoughts? Well, first of all, as a woman, I was like, dang, that's tough. That's something. Like, I couldn't really put myself in your shoes. You know what I'm saying? You know how a lot of times we think, man, I'm sorry. We almost feel like, I'm sorry. We want to say, I'm sorry, you've been through that. But it's almost like, how can I say that when I have no idea what that's all about? And, just as a woman, we were created to create, to procreate. Something like that?
Yeah.
Okay. So it's difficult for a woman to actually go through that, and I was just like, okay, wow, my friend has gone through a lot of trauma, and so how can I be of best service, and so when you told me that, immediately my heart went out to you. But then I thought, okay, well, how can I support you? And that's why I think I asked you that. I was like, yo, so what can I do to support you on your journey? So yeah.
And that, to me, that was really it was really powerful, because I've never gotten asked that question before. And so many of us who have dealt with chronic illnesses, at least most of our lives, or whatever the case may be, like from childhood, because again, remember, I had endo for years, like 20 something years. Undiagnosed. Yeah. Exactly. And then when I was diagnosed at 21, but still I had issues with friendships and keeping friendships, relationships, and any of that, and nobody's really asked me the question, how can I support? So I was taken off guard. I was like, that's my friend. That's my friend. She gonna be my friend for life. Okay. So when she asked me that, I was like, whoa, because we don't get asked that often. Most of the time, like, when you find somebody that asks you that question, it's like they're a keeper. Yeah. Legit.
And it just kind of happened that way for us, but I'll be honest with you, sometimes when somebody shares something traumatic or something painful, don't assume that you know what they're going through. I think that's what it is. That was the phrase. Man, I know what I can only imagine what you're going through. You really don't know. And so just take a step back and be like, man, how can I use that time to ask them, how can I support you? Because you don't know what type of support they need. And the truth is sometimes they don't know. So the best thing to do is to observe. Just take your time and just say, because there were times I knew Amelia was about to pop off. Okay? It was on and popping. And so when that would happen, you know what I would do? I would try to pull her aside and catch her and be like, listen, don't let your emotions get the better of you. You're stronger than that. And encourage her and really empower her, because that's the biggest thing. I mean, so yeah, I'm not going to take over this interview. Go ahead.
No, it's okay. You kept going, but whatever.
Okay.
Okay, so question 2. At any point, did you feel like you couldn't support me?
No, and I'll say why. Because I can pray. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I feel like being a woman of faith, we don't have all the answers. And I don't try to have all the answers. Mm-hmm. So what I do is, when I know, you were just going through something, what I would do was I would pray. And I feel like, hey, God, I don't know what to do, but you do. Mm-hmm. So even though I may feel overwhelmed or be like, you know what, she tripping, I would pray. And I think that was the glue for our relationship.
Yeah.
I think our faith is the glue, because, there are times I'm going through stuff and she's like, God, I'm done. I'm not going to say anything to her.
Yep.
And she would pray, and I can tell something shifted or something changed in my life. So
yeah.
No, because of prayer.
Okay, so the third question. I think this isn't the last question, but this is all I have on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the last
We're going to
question.
probably make up some stuff as we go. So
did you learn anything from my health experience? Have you applied any of the things that I talk about to your own life? Okay, so that's like a twofold question. So let's do that. So let's do question number 3 will be, did you learn anything from my health experience?
Listen, okay. That vagina health thing is real. I tell her all the time. I say, when I have vagina questions, I go to her. Women's health. I know vagina is a little bit rough.
It is what it is.
It is, right?
We all have it.
But this channel is about the VJJ, right?
It is.
So
it's about all of that stuff.
So listen,
health, yeah.
I'm telling you, I have learned a lot from her. A lot about women's health, about, going to the doctor. Here, listen to this, guys. A lot of times as women, especially black women, we can have pains and we just, say, listen, I have this pain. But, we suck it up and we keep going. Yep. And we think that is strong. We think that, it's okay.
Yep.
But Amelia has taught me, no, it's not. The body, when you're having pain, the body is signaling to you that something's wrong.
That's right.
And so for me, she taught me to pay attention to my body and to pay attention to what was happening, pay attention to when I eat, so many different things. I can't even get into all of it. But I've learned so much about your experience, and it made me wiser about how I handle myself,
right.
And how I treat myself, and why it's so important for women to see the doctor consistently and to open up to the doctor and say, hey, this is what's going on with me.
Exactly.
What should I do? And so, before, listen, I can't disclose. I'm not going to tell them. Should I tell them about my...
You can tell them.
I don't know if
this is the place to tell them.
This is really...
This is about women's health.
Listen, guys. I was afraid to go to the gyno for years. Let me just say that.
Could you believe that?
But hey, for years, even after my friendship with Amelia, for years I did not go to the gyno until she pressured me. And I was like, okay, I'm going to do it this year. And it was not bad. I mean, it wasn't bad, but at the end of the day, I've learned that I have to take care of myself. And she showed me how important it is to, go get your regular checkups and do what is necessary for you.
Yes. So, I was mortified when she told me that you can't tell her. gyno.
Okay.
In years.
Years, lots of years. We're not gonna tell you
We're
how
just not
long.
gonna-
No, we're not.
I won't say it.
Yeah.
But for years.
Yeah, more than
And
7.
I was just like,
more than 7. Okay.
what in the world? Now, okay, so I can't blame her because I had a gap between going to the gyno about 7 years total. So 2012, I had not 2012, I'm sorry. So back when I was in college and undergrad, like 2001, and then I kind of did not see a gyno for some time because I was actually going to gynos and they were just like horrible, would not listen to me, dismissed all of my symptoms, dismissed everything. And so I went a period without seeing a gyno. So I wasn't too harsh on her for not seeing a gyno. However,
mine was over 7 years, and the reason why I didn't go was really the reason why she was very harsh on me. So yeah, that's all I have to say.
Yeah, so we won't get into that. That's her personal stuff. We'll keep that, confidential.
Next question.
Anyhow.
Next question.
Don't be rushing me.
I know, right?
My channel. Rushing me on my channel. Question number 4. Have you applied any of the things that I talk about in your own life?
I just said that. I just did, right?
Yeah,
like,
you did.
so yeah. The majority of stuff I applied. Yeah.
So she does ask, I make sure that she's equipped with all the questions that she needs to ask her gyno, and I tell her to write them down about cramps, all of that, flow, all of that jazz.
And here's the thing, guys, and this is the thing I think we don't realize. Sometimes we don't know what to ask the doctor. We don't know what to say until, Amelia, somebody that you know has gone through the situation, they say, okay, don't forget to tell them this. Tell them, what type of pains you're having, how often you're having them. And so it's really good, yes, to have a friend who's gone through that type of, situation so that you can get the insight and the wisdom that you need. But also it's good to listen to channels like these and videos that equip you so going to the doctor, you know exactly what to ask, you know exactly what to say, and you're prepared. And that's, I think, the key. A lot of African American women, we face so many issues because we just don't know. And we don't know what we don't know. And unfortunately, we get caught up and we get into situations where what you don't know can kill you.
Exactly. What you don't know, and if you don't know how to advocate for yourself. And that's kind of like what I talk about on this channel and just Instagram, all that stuff, how to advocate for yourself, because when they tell you, oh no, you're fine, we can't, just because they have degrees, it doesn't mean that they're all knowing, because they're not all knowing. They're just going by their books. Some of them are not trained in certain diseases, which I didn't realize that. I didn't know that until I started going to doctors, and they didn't really know how to treat endometriosis or what to even look for until I went to my doctor, who is an endometriosis specialist. So there are doctors who are specialists that know about fibroids, know about PCOS, know about endo, all different types of things, ovarian failure, all of that stuff. And so it's important to find the right doctor and to ask the hard questions, and to know that it's okay to be like, okay, you can fire your doctor, meaning like you can walk out the office and never see them again, schedule an appointment with the real doctor. Okay, not a real doctor, well, let's say a specialist.
Somebody that knows what they're talking about.
Exactly.
Because you don't want to put your hands on somebody that's inexperienced. You want to put your health in the hands of someone that just doesn't know what they're talking about. Exactly. You know what I mean? You're too precious for that. You can't trade in a lung or trade in, a womb. No. Your body parts, what you have is what you have, and you have to make the best of it. And it's God's given us the responsibility, so we got to do what we got to do.
That's right.
So, yeah, that's what I'm saying,
That's right. So, out of all of this is off the dome. So, I have dealt with, I think, almost every symptom of menopause. So, insomnia.
Yes.
Brain fog.
Yeah. That brain fog thing is real, though. Word. We're at work, and it's like, Earth, Amelia, come on back. But I mean, it's a part of her journey, you know. And so for us, you know, you're thinking, man, why is she like that? But if you knew her story, you would know why she's like that. So once you know, you're more compassionate, you know. And one of the things that Amelia is really good at is taking supplements, you know, being able to take the various supplements to help her with, you know, her total healing and her complete healing. And God has given us vitamins in the earth for our healing, so we got to take advantage of it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that brain fog thing is real, man.
Absolutely.
But the crazy thing about it's kind of funny though, I'll be honest with you, we'll have a conversation and then poof, you know, fog, it just came out of nowhere. But I love her, it's all good.
I'd be like, what were we talking about? What you just asked me?
Wait, what?
Can you repeat the question? Yep. So too, I want to talk about my insomnia. You have been an amazing support to me when it comes to the insomnia. Yes.
Oh, okay.
So listen. So when I first told her that about my insomnia, because I would come to work very groggy and cranky because I wasn't getting any sleep, and so she shared with me the essential oil book. You were the one who turned me on to lavender. And so she was like, Amelia, you need to get some lavender, you need to get a diffuser, and blah blah blah. You know, she bought me the diffuser. You bought me my first diffuser. Yep.
Go me, go me, go me.
She did. Yep. And my lavender. You gave me your lavender.
Oh, okay. So nice. That was really cool.
It was. Okay. So she gave me her lavender, and from that moment on, it's not to say that I was like perfect, like I slept every night, but it was a stepping stone, which I still use the lavender. I still use lavender. I still use my diffuser and everything. But even though I'm still dealing with, you know, insomnia, so she's no longer.
Don't do it.
She's no longer my coworker because, you know, she decided to leave because she's doing big things on her own, whatever. But this is why it's very important. I feel like it's really important to share if you can. Now I know every workplace is not the same. You won't find those coworkers that you can confide in, but if you can, it's great, because me sharing with her what I'm going through with my insomnia, because my other coworkers really didn't understand to the extent of what I was dealing with menopause. They just knew I was dealing with the hot flashes because that was evident, you know, I would flash. Right. So they knew that, but they didn't know to what extent in my body, my physical body, and with this insomnia, what it was really doing to me. And so at I don't know at what point, but I don't know if it was this year, sometime this year, she started calling me in the morning before work to make sure that I was awake. Right. And then also what I did was, I know that coffee really helps her. So what I would do is I would bring a Starbucks coffee. Yes, she would. She has like a mocha latte with no foam. She got like a whole thing that she does with the whole Starbucks thing. And so what I would do is I would call her and say, hey, you're up? And she'd be like, I know what that meant. That meant, coffee. Get me some coffee. I'll be there. So I would get the coffee, and when she comes into the office, I'm like, yo, just take this caffeine up. We're going to see you in 30 minutes, you know? Oh my God. So, but the thing about that is, it's about supporting. You know, it was supporting her. She's great at what she does. She's great at her job. She's great at what she does. So it doesn't take away from that. But I know sometimes people, you know, they can stigmatize you. Yeah. And they can label you. And it's like, as a friend, you're not going to let your friend get stigmatized. You're not going to let your friend. That's right. You know what I'm saying? So, because that was like fighting words. You're not going to do that, especially with me. I'm a different kind of sister like that. That's right. So we looked out for each other. I looked out for her in that way, but there were ways also that she looked out for me. So it's two ways, you know, it's twofold, you know. So yeah, I forgot about that. I really forgot about that. I didn't forget, because like that really meant a lot to me. Awesome. It really did, because, you know, I needed help waking up. Yeah, and you know what? Since that time, it has helped her in her process. Like, she's much better now. You know, she knows her boundaries. She knows that. It's almost like I had to support her for a little bit, a season. Yep. You know, so
sometimes it's not
But
convenient.
you still call me and you'll be like, did you take your Z-Quil?
I did.
Like when she realizes like it's like 9 o'clock or something, she's like, hey, did you take your Z-Quil? And I'll be like, oh, I forgot. Take it now.
See?
Take it now.
It's the combination of the brain fog and the insomnia.
Sure.
It's not a good combo.
They don't connect. They
exactly.
like miss each other.
And so what I do is I try to be like, yo, don't forget, take your Z-Quil. You got a meeting at 9 o'clock. You know.
Yep.
Get it,
Especially
girl.
Monday mornings. Those are the worst.
You
Oh
know,
my gosh,
it's
it's so
Monday.
hard getting up in the morning.
Yeah.
Yep.
But you know what I want to talk about?
Yes, what?
Mood swings. Yeah. For real. Like, hey, you ain't seen nothing yet. So, let's talk about mood swings, right? Now, first of all, I want to say with surgically induced menopause, it's different because your body is traumatized. And whenever there's trauma in the body, your body has to adjust. And so she has experienced this at a young age. Mm-hmm. And so there are so many factors involved, you know, the support, she didn't have the support, all the yin yangs. We can get into all of that. But the reason why I want to talk about the mood swings is because people can see the mood swings and automatically think, oh, she cray cray.
Yep.
And don't realize it's a trauma that you've experienced, and you're learning how to handle it.
Yep. Manage and all
right.
that. Yep.
And so what I did was, you know, I'm a little older, just a tad, right? And I've been through a lot of trauma in my own personal life. And so God walked me through it. And so what I did was I used the wisdom that God gave me to help her walk through her process. And so the mood swings, it changed drastically as I began to share with her, listen, and empower her and say, listen, Amelia, you're stronger than this thing.
Yeah.
You don't have to let these mood swings or your emotions take over you, but you overtake it. And she started doing it. She started practicing it because she didn't like having those mood swings.
I did not.
Right? And I don't think anybody does. You know, nobody says, oh, I just love being crazy. Well, maybe some people. We're not going to get into that.
No.
But that's not you.
No, that's not me.
So the whole idea is really when a person is going through surgically induced menopause and has experienced that, one of the things is mood swings. And how you combat it or how you support them is empowering them. I didn't enable her, meaning I didn't allow her to just go rush out and just go crazy. When she would have her mood swings, sometimes it'll catch me off guard. Yeah. But I would let her go through the process. But I knew when she was done having her mood swings, she would feel bad.
Yeah, all the time.
Exactly. And so my as a friend, as a sister, my goal was to be right there to say, hey, you can overcome this. You can overcome it. And as I did that consistently, because a lot of times, you know, you do it once, if you do it again, we're not gonna be friends. You can't do that.
Yeah.
You know, people are going through things, and you have to be there for them for the long haul. Otherwise, don't even
especially when they're trying to change. Right. When they know when the effort is there to change. Because that has always been my effort. I never like being out of character because I'm a professional person. Right. So I've never liked to be looked at as if I'm not professional or I'm just this horrible, mean person when I'm really not.
But then I honestly don't think people saw you in that light, because when you weren't having a mood swing, you were Amelia. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You were introvert.
I didn't think I was bipolar either, because I promise you,
I gotcha.
Those mood swings make you feel like you're bipolar.
Yeah, and people could perceive that. Yep. But once they see you trying to overcome it and to pursue, you know, becoming stronger, it squashes all that. Yeah. And the most important thing is how you feel about yourself. Right. And so I know for us as women, a lot of times we internalize everything. Yeah. Like if we do something crazy, oh, maybe I am crazy. No. So you can't internalize it, especially for those who are watching this video. And maybe you've experienced some surgical, you've experienced SIMS. Listen, don't internalize what you're going through. As a matter of fact, you know, get around people that can empower you to overcome it. Yep. You know, the Word of God says we overcome by the word of our testimony, by the blood of the Lamb. Use it. Use what you got to overcome where you at. That's dope right there. I'm just gonna drop the mic right there. Bam. Bam. All right, cool.
I also went to therapy too, guys. So
yes.
It was not just. It was the support, of course. the support of my friends, and then of course I did tell other coworkers as well. They knew, but not to the extent, like I said before. They knew, but not to such an extent. But definitely, I went to therapy as well, because even though I had my friends' support, I had Melina's support, I still know I needed some things to work on the inside with my emotions, and really handle those really deep-seated issues that I had going on after experiencing not after the hysterectomy, not just surgical menopause, but after the hysterectomy.
Yeah.
So, yep.
It's real, guys. You know, people are going through some real struggles, and we have to be there for each other. You know, I just only supported Amelia the way I wanted somebody to support me. You know what I'm saying? And it's that unconditional love, period. If you love yourself unconditionally, man, the sky's the limit.
Yep.
The sky's the limit. And Amelia has changed. Man, she's grown so much since, it's been 3 years.
Yeah.
About three? It's been 3 years, man.
Yeah, 3 years.
We're going to get old together. Wow!
3 years.
Yes, and we have grown so much since our first 2016, since December 2016.
Most definitely.
And so it's good to see that. You know, you want to see your friends' progress. You want to see your friends being successful and overcoming things. Then it just empowers you more to just accomplish those goals, those amazing goals that you have in your life. So listen, I hope this really blessed you.
Yeah, I hope so.
I hope this encouraged you. And reach out to Melina Menopause when you have your questions, because you know when it comes to the VJJ, she know that stuff. She got it down.
I try to know stuff.
Yeah.
I try to know stuff. Whatever I can, I definitely tell you guys.
Reach out to her, you know, and ask her the questions that you need to ask. Because if you don't know, what you don't know can hurt you. And we don't want you to stay in a place where you're in danger and your health's in danger when you can get help. All right?
Yep. Don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Follow me on Instagram at Millennial and Menopause. Check out my website, millennialandmenopause.com. I also have a podcast. Okay? Her Kit Knowledge and Transformation Podcast. On that platform, I share information not just about health, but about business as well.
Yes.
So check all that stuff out. I hope to see you soon. Until next time.
Deuces. What the heck does that mean? Oh yeah. You're on. Say something.
Hi.
Okay. Hello. Okay, so it's actually recording right now.
It is?
Yeah, it is.
Oh,
so,
I thought it was just... Okay.
Yeah, it's actually recording, so we can do a test run or whatever you want to talk about. So yeah, we can just do like that. So yeah, no. That's dope.
What was it again?